Okay, so the first question you had was asked to find the area of each of the following shapes. So the first one is a square, so my answer is 9 centimeters squared. My next one is a triangle, so my formula half the base by the perpendicular height. My answer is 45.5 centimeters squared. My next one is another triangle, and the answer there is 90, oh sorry, it's on the screen, is 90 centimeters squared. Then I have here a parallelogram. The area of parallelogram is based by the perpendicular height, so this answer is 20 by 5, which is 100 centimeters squared. Here I have a trapezium, so my formula for the area of trapezium is half a plus b h. So here I have half, I have to watch my units, okay, so this is 0.25 meters, which is 25 centimeters, and this is in centimeters also. So it's 25 plus 40, and my height, my perpendicular height, is 12. So I get half of 65 times 12, and my answer is 390 centimeters squared. I have another trapezium for part 4. So here it is half a plus b h. My a is 4, my b is 12, so it's half 4 plus 12. My height is 7, so it's a half 16 bracket 7, and my answer is 56 centimeters squared. For VII, I have a parallelogram, so I was given all 3 pieces of information, okay? My base and my perpendicular height have to go together, okay? So the reason why I can't use this as my base is because I don't know the perpendicular height that goes with that. So this is why I use 7.2 as my base, and my perpendicular height is 8.7 centimeters. So my area is equal to 62.64 centimeters squared. For VII, I have a trapezium. So formula for the area of trapezium is half a plus b h, so half 112 centimeters plus my 40 centimeters by my h here, and my answer is 3192 centimeters squared. Here I have a triangle, and once again I have 60 millimeters, and this here is centimeters, so just watch your units. This here turns into 6 centimeters. So my area of triangle is half the base by perpendicular height. My area is half of 4 by my perpendicular height, which is 6, and my answer is 12 centimeters squared. In part X, I have a parallelogram. So parallelogram, the formula is base by height, and my base is 10, my perpendicular height is 12, so it's 120 centimeters squared. Question 2 then, I broke it into 2 separate shapes. So I had this here is 5, and this whole length here is 20, this is 4, and this is 30. So to get this length here, I said 30, take away my 4, and that gives me this part here. To get this part here, I did 20, take away my 5, so take away my 5, and that remainder there is 15. So my area of this shape here is 5 by 26. And then my area of 2 is 15 by 4. Sorry, just seen a mistake I made there, so that's 5, and this rectangle is 30, not 26, so it's 5 by 30, which is 150 centimeters squared. Area 2 is this little rectangle, so it's 15 by 4, and that's 60 centimeters squared, and then my total area is 210 centimeters squared. My perimeter then is got by adding all the sides, so I have 5 plus 26 plus 15 plus 4 plus 20 plus 30, and I get my answer to be 100 centimeters. Okay, so this is part 2 of question 2. So I was given this shape here, and in the red I filled in my missing pieces. So I knew that this is 12, this is 13, this is 10, so that means when I add them together it's equal to up here, so this is 35. This here is 33, so that means this length here also must be 33. So I broke it into 2 separate shapes. So I got the area of this little rectangle here. So area 1 is equal to 7 by 13, that's 91 centimeters squared. Area 2 then, my area 2 is actually the entire thing. So it's 33 by 35, which is 1155. I then got rid of my little rectangle, okay, so it's 1155, take away 91, and I got the area of this shape is 1064 centimeters squared, which is my total area. Then my perimeter, I just added up all the sides, so 35 plus 33 plus 10 plus 7 plus 13 plus 7 plus 12 plus 33, and I get 150 centimeters. This here is question 3, so it's a parallelogram. So my area is equal to base by my perpendicular height. They give me here the base, which is 21.5, multiplied by my perpendicular height, which is 11. So it gives me 236.5 centimeters squared. My perimeter is got by adding all the sides. So I have 8 plus 8 plus 11. If this is 8, that means down here is 8. So I have 8 plus 8 plus 11, and I get my answer to be 54 centimeters. Now I have part IV, so this here is 13, this is 8, 1 millimeter, and so on. So I broke it up into 3 separate shapes actually this time. So my area of up here, this rectangle is 13 by 8, and that's 104 millimeters squared. Plus I get the area of this shape here, which will give me 12 by 17, and that's equals 205. And then this little triangle, because when you add 17 plus 8 and take it away from 30 millimeters, you're actually missing 5. So it's half the base by perpendicular height, which is equal to 30. And I get 338 millimeters to be squared. My perimeter then, so I add all the sides up, so I have 13 plus 8 plus 1 plus 17. I'll show you how I got this 13 plus 30, and that's equal to 82 millimeters. So I didn't know what this length was here, but I knew that this was 5, and I also knew that this here was 12. Sorry, my diagram isn't great, but I have basically my line, this should be a straight line going across, because up here is 12, down here must also be 12. So then I have a right angle triangle. I just flip the triangle, so I have here is 12, this is 5, so I have a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared because it's a right angle triangle. 12 to be squared plus 5 to be squared is equal to x squared. 144 plus 25 is equal to x squared is equal to 169, and x is equal to 13. So then that means that my slanty bit, my diagram isn't as accurate as what it is in the book, but if you give your book a quick glance you'll be able to see what I mean by the slant, and that's 13 millimeters. So when you add it all up you get 82 millimeters. And here I have part V, so this is broken up into 3 rectangles and 1 triangle. So I got the area of this rectangle first, so 16 by 3.5, which will give me 56 meters squared. Then I got the area of this, so it was 2 by 12, which gives me 24 meters squared. And then I got the area of 3, which is a triangle, so it's half my base. My base is 16 by my perpendicular height, which is 12, and I got 96 meters squared. Then I got the area of 4, so this is a rectangle, so it's 4 by, but I actually was not sure what this was, but I knew that this was a right angle triangle, so I was able to find it. I took out my right angle triangle. This here is 12, this is 16, my right angle is here, and this here must be x, what I'm actually looking for. Okay, so I have a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. I have 12 to be squared plus 16 to be squared is equal to x squared. 12 to be squared is 144. 16 to be squared is 256 is equal to x squared. X squared is equal to 400. X then is equal to 20. I get the square root of 400. So I'm after finding out that here is actually 20. So that means over here must be 20. And the area of rectangle is 20 by 4. So that rectangle is 80 meters squared. I then added up all my areas to get 256 meters squared. My perimeter is then found by adding all the sides together, and I get 67 meters. The final question then which you had to do was question 3. So it says a rectangular tile is shaded as shown. Calculate the area covered by the pink part of the tile. Okay, so the pink part of the tile is a triangle, and we know to get the area of a triangle it's half the base by the perpendicular height. So I know this here is 12, and these are cutting each other in the middle, so that means from here to here is 6, here to here is 6, so my base here is 10, my perpendicular height is 6, so it's half 10 by 6. And then I have, that's the area of one triangle. I obviously have 2 triangles, so I multiply it by 2 and I get 60 centimeters squared. So that's the area of the pink part. Then it says to the nearest tile, how many tiles will we need to tile a room measuring 5 meters by 4 meters. So first of all, we actually have to be careful with the units. They're after giving me in meters, so I either need to put my original tile into meters, or I need to convert that into centimeters. So I actually converted it into centimeters. I have here, so 5 5 meters is 500 centimeters, 4 meters is 400 centimeters, so 500 centimeters by 400 centimeters, I have 200,000 centimeters squared. The area of a tile is equal to 12 by 10, which is 120 centimeters squared. So I have 200,000 divided by 120, and I get 1,666.6 tiles. So I'm actually going to need 1,667 tiles. Finally, it asks me what area of this floor will be white. So I just worked out the area of a triangle, which is white, and once again I found it to be 60 centimeters squared. So half of the tile is white, so it will be 100,000 centimeters squared, or we could say 10 meters squared. They're the same answer. And that is all the questions that you had.